Welcome to Why Such a Fuss, an exciting new channel dedicated to help individuals and businesses to learn more about data protection in a way that is easy and engaging. I'm Christina from CVG Solutions, and I am a fully qualified data protection professional. I am passionate about educating, empowering, and enabling businesses to thrive. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel and help us to spread the word. Data protection is there for a reason. It protects you, your family, loved ones, customers, employees from coming to harm through the use of personal data. So make sure you click subscribe. Now, get ready to embark on a journey of growth and knowledge as we dive into the world of data protection. So I'm Christina from CVG Solutions, and I am a multi-award winning GDPR or data protection, whichever you prefer, professional. And I work primarily with small and medium-sized businesses. I really like to see them thrive, and so I tend to gravitate towards them. I have a hands-on, practical and proportionate approach to my clients, which is based on their size and complexity. And I also use proven methodologies and best practices that I have acquired during my 25 years careers working in some of the largest corporations on the planet. I help my clients by educating them on this big subject that is GDPR. There is still a lot of misconception and misunderstanding about it. And obviously education that empowers them to make informative decisions. As they say, knowledge is power. In turn, this enables them to operate with a high-performing culture which fuels their business growth. So it's all about educating, empowering, and enabling. Julie, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Julie from BU Consultancy and Coaching. And like Christina, I truly believe in empowering people. So I have a portfolio business where I have a HR consultancy, and that's providing ad hoc or regular support to customers, small, medium-sized businesses. But also I'm a confidence and leadership coach. So for me, again, it's really about that empowering, sharing the knowledge, talking things through, and looking for the right solution for the customer. I think that's the most important thing. And that's why I really enjoy these sessions where we've got that blend of HR and GDPR in the room. So when we're thinking about the data and getting it right, there's obviously a lot of considerations that we need to take on board. But what are the risks of getting it wrong?
Well, obviously there is always a risk of getting something wrong. After all, we're human, and by the very nature, we're fallible. But this should not prevent us or stop us from putting measures in place. Getting it wrong is part of learning. It gives us in my opinion, the opportunity to put it right. So for me, the doing nothing is actually worse. So because even if you get it wrong, at least you're trying, and then you're learning, and then you then change whatever you've done. You change. Say, well, that one didn't work. Let's try this way. But the doing nothing, for me, it's worse, really.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. I think if you're aware of something and you do nothing, rightfully so, you're not doing the right thing for the business, the individual, or for you as a professional.
Yes, definitely.
So what happens? We go away from this discussion, rolled up, ready to go, thinking about the data management and the data culture. But what happens if the business we work in doesn't want to change?
Well, for me, then at that point, the business then needs to accept that doing nothing is a risk. And then that decision, with any decision, then comes consequences. And then those consequences might be quite detrimental to the business, and they might not be able to recover. Now, it might not necessarily happen today or tomorrow, but it will eventually happen as more and more data is being used, as you said earlier, more and more systems are being used. So then their customers, their employees will then become more savvy about their data. And so they will look then at organizations that are keeping up with the times, that actually care about the data and treat it with respect. So I suppose the question is, can you really afford not to change and do nothing, stay as you are? Or I'm not saying that you should change dramatically, but maybe little steps to get to where you need to be. If you can't face a big change, but sometimes breaking it down, it's the best way forward. But again, going back to what I was saying earlier, not changing, doing nothing, in this day and age is probably not the right course of action, and particularly obviously with data.
Yeah, and I think you're so right in terms of it's not just necessarily the risk right now.
Yes.
It's the risk now, but also what that risk looks like in the future. If we're thinking about risk, it isn't just based on someone doing subject access request.
No.
At all. But if we think about, again, we go back to the post office, and because it's such unfortunately a good example of where data culture has gone wrong. If we think about post office, we think about their brand's been impacted, the publicity that they've had, the customers and the customers' engagement with the post office, potential legal action being taken, fines being taken, their supply chain being brought into question, let alone employee engagement and productivity. Yeah. And I think that's the thing. It's such a huge for something that could be so straightforward in terms of the data and its process and how it's managed and the culture around it. The risk of it is so big if it goes wrong.
Yeah.
And I think it's something, as I say, we're constantly exchanging data all of the time. But how many times do we stop and think, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Is the best way to do it? Do I need to do this? What information am I retaining or sharing? Is it the right thing to do? I think there's so many areas that need to be taken into consideration.
Yeah. I just wanted to remind our audience to please click the follow button to avoid missing any future episodes. If you would like to get in touch with me, I can be found on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search for CVG Solutions. Alternatively, you can email me at info@cvgsolutions.co.uk.